Hello there, beautiful, badass female entrepreneurs. And I am so excited to be talking to you today um, to share with you two habits to shift yourself into more abundant energy. For those of you who don't know, I'm Eleanor Prisco, and I work as a financial success coach for women. And I am so excited to share with you these two habits because I first want to quickly talk about how important our energy is, right? When we're talking about like the laws of the universe and um, we have to take into consideration the law of attraction, right? And that what we attract, we are in fact is a mirror of our internal, right? So it is super, super important for us to shift into abundant energy. And I'm actually going to be doing an entire challenge on this, which I'm really, really excited about next week. So if you want more details about that, just go ahead and tag me in the comments below, and I can get you hooked up with all the information. But I want to talk about how important it is for us to shift into, high levels of abundance in our energy when it comes to attracting what we want. We can have so many desires for ourselves, for our income levels, for our careers, for our business, for our company, even your love life, your relationship with money. And the thing is, you actually need to shift the energy within you that you are projecting out, right? And do the work associated with clearing out all that like old negative energy that might mean you're holding on to limiting beliefs and past experiences. And it's about clearing out that energy and being able to move forward into more abundant energy. Now, of course, it's super, super important for us to get clear on our limiting beliefs and do the mindset work and clear out that negative energy. But it can then be hard. We can kind of get stuck in like examining our blocks, right? We can totally be like, blinders up, look at my blocks. Let me spend all this time looking at my block. Like, let me just totally dig in and examine it and be upset about it and frustrated and, judge myself for it and push myself into a space of accountability and showing how much this has limited me. Now, when we stay in that energy, that's a very masculine energy to stay in. So it's super important for you to shift into feminine energy when you're doing mindset work. And that means, unconditional compassion for yourself, complete non-judgment. It means having your blocks come up, seeing them, and being able to take action anyways. Because when we stay locked in the masculine energy of, hey, Heather, so excited that you're joining us. When we stay locked in the masculine energy, when we're doing mindset work, what happens is we judge ourselves, right? We bring up guilt and shame around looking at our limiting beliefs and being frustrated by them. We start to get angry that they've held us back so long. We start to get angry at ourselves because we're continuing to let this block stay present in our life. But the thing is, when we're in feminine energy and doing mindset work, we actually are able to show ourselves unconditional love and compassion, be aware of our limiting beliefs and, these limiting thoughts that are holding us back, and start to be like, okay, this is present, but this does not mean I cannot move forward, right? It does not stop you from taking action. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go into that non-judgmental space, right? When it comes to doing that deeper mindset work. But that's not exactly what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is these two habits that you can use to shift yourself into more abundant energy. Because many times when we're doing that deeper work, that's a lot of work going on. But sometimes we need quick action steps where we're like, okay, this is what I can do. This is how I can like drop into abundance, right? And so when we're feeling lack or scarcity or anything like that, one of the fastest ways I know to pull myself out of feeling like I don't have enough or thinking that there's lack, and let me know when are those situations coming up for you? Does it have to do when you're reviewing your bills? Does it have to do when you're paying your credit cards? Does it have to do when your friends invite you out and you kind of look at your finances and you're like, I really can't go out right now. I don't have the money, when you have to say no to something, right? So the number one thing to shift into abundant energy, let me know the situation that happens for you down below in the comments of like what leads to a feeling of scarcity or lack. The first habit I highly recommend you start implementing like on a daily basis is listing 3 gratitudes, right? Just immediately become present in the moment, right? Become present in the moment and think about what you're grateful for. You have to come up with 3 things. They could be really, really simple things, but when you ground yourself in gratitude, you're grounding yourself in the feminine, you're grounding yourself in telling the universe on an energetic level, I want to receive more. Okay, you start feeling better because it's just like, oh shit, like I am grateful for, not having to have a morning commute to my job, right? I am grateful for being able to hop on a live stream at any point in time and talk with women about transforming their relationships with money. I am grateful for the relationship I have with my partner. I'm grateful for the relationship I have with my kids. I'm grateful for the relationship I have with my mom. I'm grateful for being all the experiences that I've had traveling. I am grateful for my ever expanding network of amazing fellow female entrepreneurs and women who are looking to transform their relationship with money, right? So you start to list off things you feel grateful for. And what's even more amazing is that when you share these gratitudes with other people, like for instance, posting them in B3 Society, people will upbride them. People will get super excited. I know I will. And I'll share gratitudes of my own with you because this allows you to reground into this feminine energy of feeling gratitude. So if you're ever like, it doesn't do it for you to like just say them out loud or, write them down, then share them in the Facebook group B3 Society because I am there all the time. I'm reading every single person's post and responding to them. So if like you need some upwriting, you need some like additional encouragement, then for sure, go ahead and post your gratitudes in B3 Society if you're feeling a little bit of a pull towards scarcity and frustration. But regrounding yourself in gratitude is so, 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 so important. So if that's already a habit that you have formed and you're doing it frequently or on the daily, let me know in the comments. I love to hear when people are successfully implementing habits which can bring about greater levels of abundance. Now, the second habit that comes up when you want to shift into more abundant energy, right, is developing a habit of releasing. Now, this can be challenging, right? This can be something which we don't necessarily think about like, okay, what are the ways in which I can release things, because what happens is when we like lock scarcity or negative energy within us, like within our body, it stays there, right? When we experience a negative interaction with a person, it can stay in our body if we don't like process it out of ourselves. We can have a negative experience with money, and then that shows up again in our relationship with money or down the line in another form. And that it's all because it's getting locked into our body, right? So a super, super important thing to develop, and this is releasing is very unique to each individual. There are many ways in which you can release energy from your body, and I'm going to share a couple of those with you. But it's really important to figure out what style works best for you for releasing, right? So there's a couple different ways, right? One of my go-tos that I do time and time again with my clients that I really, really like is EFT tapping, because it can get like you tapped right into your subconscious. You can start releasing that negative energy and start to like quiet that stress and anxiety, especially when it comes to your relationship with money, right? So you need to figure out how to release, but sometimes you might not have enough time to do a big EFT, tapping session or something like that. So what are other ways that you can release, right? Or maybe you're feeling like you want something a little bit more spiritual. Well, another amazing way to release negative energy from your body is like being really aware of what it is you want to release. And this is something that I think is always a great thing to do around the full moon. because the full moon is a time which we feel the need to release. As women, it can also happen during the time of menstruation. It's really a big time of release for you. So the thing is, releasing, right, can be this experience, and water can be really cleansing. So it's either choosing to take a bath with like a lot of Epsom salts and like, scrubbing your body clean of just, everything. And I personally prefer to take a shower when I need to do like a really big energetic release. And I create an entire ritual around it. I, put on my Tibetan bells. I light my Himalayan salt candles. I, smudge the apartment before I do it. And I literally think about what is washing away from me energetically. It's going down the drain. I am releasing it from me. And I'm able to energetically move that through my body. Like I actually feel and see like an energetic color moving through my body and going out of my feet, right? So these are ways in which you can start to release energy. There are tons of other ways as well. Some women love to do like dancing, right? If you are able to like dance it through your body, maybe it's going for a run or some other kind of workout, but actually understanding and visualizing this release of energy, because knowing how to release things is going to be able to shift you into a higher level of abundant energy. Because the thing is, when you hold on to all of your financial past, everything that is going on, you bring that into your present and you bring it into your future. So if you have had a tumultuous, former relationship with money, and you do not know how to energetically release that from your body, either through EFT tapping, through some kind of releasing ceremony with water, like I talked about, through dance or movement, or, speaking out your truth, then it's going to stay locked in your body, and it's going to come into your present, and it's going to come into your future. So it is super, super important to develop a habit of releasing, and whatever that might look like for you. Okay, I just listed a few. And if you have another way in which you love to release energy from your body, especially when we're talking about negative energy, so that you can shift into a more abundant place, please share with me in the comments, because you sharing is actually going to inspire other women with what might be the right way for them to release things energetically. It is so, so, so important for women to understand that you are a unique creature, right? You are this unique being, and it is always best for you to think about, what are the ways that I can release my energy, right? What is best for me? Because when you really ground into your feminine power, and you are really deeply in tune with your feminine energy, you will know the best way to release and how to release at that moment. So the thing is, I actually rotate through a number of different releasing ceremonies or ways in which I release energy from my body, because I ground into my feminine power. Maybe that's through a meditation, maybe that's through speaking with one of my fellow, beautiful, badass bosses who know me really well, and I can just like soundboard with them or do a spring clean and really communicate with them like, okay, what is it that I need to understand so that I can figure out how to reground into my feminine energy and know what is needed, right? And so finding some way to connect with yourself and understand that deeper connection of what's going on for you, and how to then connect to what type of release you need is so, so, so important. Torrin says, oh, shifting the money energy. Nice, thanks. Yes, exactly, Torrin. It's so, so, so important to shift your money energy. And when it comes to shifting into greater abundant energy, something that can throw us off and can make us feel like we're totally stuck and we're not getting anywhere, and it's super frustrating. It's kind of like, what the hell? Like I can't seem to reach the income goals I want. I can't seem to shift my, my energy around money, or I can't seem to shift my behaviors or beliefs or things like that. One of the most important things is actually developing these two habits, which the first one I shared is gratitude. When you're feeling any scarcity or doubt or anxiety, really shifting into that current moment, feeling, what do you feel gratitude for in that moment? And then the second thing is understanding and developing your habit of learning how to release, right? You must release the negative energy that is pent up within your body, especially if you've never done any kind of releasing of energy around money, if you want to shift into a greater abundant state. So those are the 2 habits I wanted to share with you, beautiful ladies, tonight. Now, if you are like, oh my gosh, these were so helpful, I want even more on how to shift into abundant energy and how to bring that more into my life, well, you're in luck, because next week I am doing a full-on challenge, daily live streams where I will be talking about how to shift into greater abundant energy, all based in the feminine, so that it feels pleasurable, so it's based in desires, and just like absolutely delicious. So I am so excited to be sharing that next week. If you're going to be joining me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know who is joining me and going to be following along with the challenge. But with that, ladies, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your evening. If you have any specific questions, drop them in the comments below. I currently have 5 lucky spaces open to work with me one-on-one. I am doing a little shift in my program than I normally do, and I'm really, really excited for these 5 women that come to work with me, because I am going to be developing a group component, and I'm going to be kind of running through that with them. So it's not going to be just working with me. You're going to develop a beautiful sisterhood with 5 other women around transforming your relationship with money and developing, that kind of beautiful energy space of when women come together, the deep support that they feel for each other and that they provide to each other. So I'm really, really excited to be embarking on this new part of my business. And if you are interested in grabbing one of those spots, just let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and tag me and be like, I am interested, and I will reach out to you and we can schedule a call and chit chat and find out if it is a right fit. So with that, ladies, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.